Oh! I can't mention where he just landed those hooves.
Hi, everybody.
You got something to say, little Mario?
Oh, can I come in?
Hercules, hi, buddy.
Can I come in?
Spruce,
You are so soft.
Hi, big guy.
So soft.
Hi, Herc.
Hello, Mario.
Good morning. Thanks for keeping everybody safe last night, buddy.
You're so soft, too.
Yeah. Little Mario, not normally a greeter.
Hi, buddy.
Usually he's over there with Mama screaming for food.
You guys are quite calm this morning. Well, hello.
Hi, Luigi. Hi, big guy. Luigi.
No kisses, please.
Whoop. Spruce dropping a load right in front of you there, little guy. Look at these three. Not even.
Oh.
And
They found their spot, didn't they? That's adorable.
I'm afraid if I go over there, this guy will get jelly and
Do you
wreck
see
the
this?
party.
He is just
Mom,
pushing on me.
Mom, there's nobody else in this pen but me, okay? That's the rules.
You're so silly.
I'm gonna sneak over here.
Hi, buddy.
How are we doing, Blues Crew? Hi, Larry. Are we just getting some vitamin D today? Hi, Bluesy. Hi, sweetie. If you guys notice, there is a small tick right over her eye. And she's not an easy one to touch where she don't want you to touch her. Oh, Larry, there's a hairy there. Whoa, ho, 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 ho. I said I'm the only one in the pen. Me.
The sprucifer comes out sometimes.
There's a little Sprucifer. So Harry's coming around. He's doing a lot better. He's still not 100%. Hey guys, welcome back to K&S Get Out. Kind of forgot.
I was actually thinking we need to do an intro, but
that's
that
Shannon.
works. That's good.
That's us right there. Kyle and Hair Bear getting his stretch on.
Aww.
We are on the mend with Mr. Harry. As you guys know, a week ago yesterday was when this all started with him. And we've administered the shots. We've changed the feed. We've changed the routine. We've done everything we can. We monitor him for like going to the bathroom and eating habits, drinking habits, all that. And he's doing a lot better. Yesterday we had a beautiful day. It got to be about 70 degrees, which we're gonna have exactly the same weather today. And he was pretty active. He was out, you know, kind of moving around down in Goatville, and I actually saw him trot a little bit, kind of pick up the pace, which he hadn't been doing. Just kind of jumping up on the log down there when Blue goes down there. So I hope that he's on the road to recovery. Again, still not 100% normal, and maybe that's just Harry. I'm kidding. Not 100% normal compared to how he was before he got sick, huh, buddy? Yeah, you just want your food, don't you? So, positive report for Harry. We're still healing up a little bit, but I think it's going the right direction. And he likes a little special attention, don't you, bud? I know it. Oh, we need to talk about you, Miss Blue.
We do need to talk about you, Miss Blue.
Well, let's get him fed.
Ooh, that tick is getting bigger, honey. I wish you'd let me get that.
See if she'll let you.
I'm gonna see if she'll just kind of let me scratch her face.
I mean, I know if I grab her horns, like we could force it. We may have to do that. I won't do that on camera because it doesn't look very pleasant.
Well, a lot of times once they get so big, they'll scratch them off themselves. They'll rub up against a tree or something.
Yeah.
Mama's done
well,
that.
and I was watching her do that yesterday down in Goatville, but for whatever reason, she was doing it to the left side of her face instead of the right. Yeah, you passed the plane, lady. Those horns are the blue plane. You go past those horns and
She doesn't like her face scratched. You can get her neck and her body, and that is it. But I noticed something about her this week. We got to talk about you, little lady, but let's feed you first.
All right, guys. Food time.
Food time.
Just a little bit of grain. We're not taking all the grain out. At least not right now. Coming into winter, you know, they're not going to have everything to browse and graze on like they have been. So we're just increasing the amount of hay, decreasing the amount of grain. And I don't ever want to talk about grain again. I don't know. Maybe we'll make these decisions on our own and keep them to ourselves, but we feel like sharing with you what our processes look like and how they change as we're learning. Look at him. They know right where to go. Go on, little buddy. Yeah, you're doing right. You're doing right. There you go. Good job. She'll be right there, okay? I know it. Patient Pete, what you doing? Well, buddy, Bruce had to move on like Mr. Mario did. Yeah, don't care. Spruce. My name's Spruce. I don't know who this Bruce is, but I Spruce. Mom, who Bruce? Don't care. I'm Spruce. Nobody cares.
He's your sperm donor. That's who he is.
What? I'm not even gonna ask what that means.
You don't have to.
Means you got some screws loose there, Spruce. This guy has become the leader of the pack, at least as far as getting what he wants. Butt scratches, food. No, I'm the leader. No, it's him. But you see how close we're getting in size. I have a real good feeling this guy, when he's bigger than that guy, is gonna be the new boss.
What's he doing? Oh yeah? Is he getting you food? You think you're the only one that deserves food, don't you? Yeah? Don't be beaten up on... See, Sprucifer! Luigi's gonna put you in your place. Yeah, he's gonna put you in your place.
Golly.
He is ridiculous.
I thought Bruce moved on, but it sounds like he just came here. All right, who you want, the Blues Crew or the other two?
I'll take the Blues Crew.
Can I come in? Bah! What'd you say? What'd you say?
He's so ridiculous.
He's rotten.
He is rotten. He just like knocked Harry off of his feet this morning.
Sounds about
right. For no
right.
reason.
Jealousy.
Sprucifer. No, you go with Daddy.
Come on, Spruce.
Larry. Hey, Larry.
Whoa.
Hey. Come on. It's a stare down. I won, little Koopa. You turned away. I just love these two. They're so cute.
So obviously with everything that's going on with Harry, everything that's going on with Batman, everything we're learning and trying to avoid those things in the future, one big thing that we picked up on from the vet that she taught us about ammonium chloride. And if you've been watching Dad's video, I believe he's probably even talked to you about this, but take a look at your feed contents. This came off of the bag of the feed, and it is beneficial to the goats if it has that ammonium chloride in it, because it basically levels out their pH so that they're not too acidic, or no, whichever way it is. But it levels it out and it helps break up. Oh, look at this jerk. Hey, oh, what a transition. He's getting faster as soon as he's done with his last piece of food, especially if I'm going on and on about something. He's over there trying to steal Blue's food. Then he goes in horn cuffs for a little bit and doesn't get to go over there. And I complain about it, I move about it, but I never can get out of it. Goats. We should get more. That's a topic.
Speaking of getting more goats.
So long story short, guys, ammonium chloride will help because basically with Batman, it was more his urinary tract. With Harry, it was more of his digestive tract, both of which had stoppage, and that just it flat takes a goat out. I mean, they just stop doing everything normal. And you know, I don't know how aware they are of it happening in their body or why they do it like that, but they don't fight very hard. So it's on you then to deduce or get to the vet so they can help deduce like what's going on and what the attack strategy is. And then we, you know, learn things so that preventatively in the future, hopefully we don't run into these issues again. So we're watching that close, and I believe Shannon's ordered or getting ready to order the dedicated ammonium chloride, because you can give it to all the goats.
Yeah.
You know, it just helps balance things out and helps encourage healthy digestion.
Yeah.
It's about the closest Luigi's let Spruce get. Must not be food on that side or Luigi tell him off. Yep. One of these days, Luigi, one of these days, I got your number, bro. I know where you sleep. Mm-hmm. Hi, big guy.
They're so ridiculous. So I was out here taking care of everybody the other morning, and you guys know we watch our animals super close. We spend a lot of time with them, and we watch their behaviors very closely. And I had a memory trigger for me. You know, we mentioned that Herc has been chasing Blue a lot more. Well, I started watching the interactions between them when I was down here. And this is only my assumption based on what I've seen happen in the past. But guys, I think Blue is pregnant. The way that she takes off running away from Herc, she's super jumpy around him. She'll run out to the log to get away from him, and he just wants to smell her. And she had started getting to the point where she would let him come up to her and just kind of sniff her and then move on. And that's not happening anymore. And it took me back to when we got her and we didn't know she was pregnant.
Yeah. So if you haven't been with us a long time, we wrote inside the goat shelter when everybody out here was born or when they joined Shady Acres. And Chad X delivered Blue, where is she? April 6th this year. And the moment she got here, we had no idea. She was much thinner. You can go back and look at some of those videos. Her neck was thinner, her body was thinner. And so we believed that she was a dairy goat, but maybe they were tired of milking goats twice a day. I could completely understand that. So when she came here, she had to get acclimated with the crew. And it happened with Mama, it happened with Blue, it happened with, I mean, everybody. As far as Hercules, he's got to go up to them, kind of nips on their back a little bit. Doesn't like bite him, but just kind of says, hey, I'm the boss man, I protect you, but you kind of got to follow some of my rules. Everybody did great with it. Or if they didn't, he physically intimidated them and they learned to do great with it, except for Blue. It took months and months and months, and finally she got to where she'd kind of hold still when he came up and would sniff on her. Big scary guy. But it has since reverted, and she's stopped nursing the boys as much as she can. They will ask, especially Harry as he's been healing, they will ask to nurse, and she just doesn't do it, which is they're of the age to not be nursing, so that's okay. We also know we had Mario. Mario was our buck. In fact, Mario obviously is the father of Little Mario and Koopa, but we tried to keep him separate from the does, and we weren't successful at it. There were at least 2 times that went on the calendar that we know Mario and Blue were together. Yeah. So that would put us...
Even though we tried, guys, we tried really hard to keep them separate.
Yeah. I mean, now knowing what we know now, we could have done it. We could have done it differently, but you know, with time constraints and other projects and things, I wasn't building a whole nother goat pen over there. So that would be, technically, if we're looking back at our calendar, I believe it's January 15th would be the 5-month gestation period for her.
Okay.
So when Mario was here, they did their thing. That would put her having babies at January 15th. I'm sure it'll be a nice, sunny, warm day, you know, 75 degrees.
You know what? Sometimes we do have 60-degree weather in January.
I know.
You never know.
Sometimes we have 16-degree weather in January.
That's true.
Ah, buddy. So we're on watch for that. The fortunate thing for us is we now have the accommodations. That's a big thing, guys. Like, we've learned you don't put the cart before the horse whenever you have animals, because you'll never be ready and you'll never get caught up. And so with these 2 nurseries and her having already raised the other 2 over here, I think the more difficult thing would be Larry and Harry having to just you know, like Blue's another goat. They're independent goats now. You know, she
You
ain't
mean
gonna do the
they'd
same.
have to grow up, is what you're saying?
Yeah, you know, if she's got littles, like she can't. Boy, I'm getting the death stare from Mama. She said, "You ain't done my hay yet, and I'm stuck in here, and you're just blabbing."
Tell him about it, Mama.
Maybe we should get him some hay, so give them something to do. Well, guys, you gotta back up, right? Little Mario.
They like to stay right there at the gate so that you can't even open it.
Well, and I've got that little leg that sticks out, you know, because my gate's kind of
Wonky. It's a little wonky.
wonky is a good word for it. It's not reinforced well enough, and so it's warped. That's the W word I was looking for.
Oh my goodness, look at him.
What you got, big guy?
You're so cute,
What you
Herc.
got, big guy?
Oh my gosh, this morning, I went down this morning to catch the sunrise. Sunrises for us are very different, guys, because we are surrounded by trees. So both sunrises and sunsets. Hi, buddy. Hi. Everybody's surrounding me. We don't have a horizon line necessarily to catch them with.
Yeah, so ours is more the enjoyment of all the color and the
Yes.
orange and everything.
Yes. So I went down this morning and I walked down the driveway because I didn't want to rile everybody up. Got my camera all set up, and then I quickly realized that I wanted to sit down and watch it. I didn't want to stand the whole time. So I came back up to get the four-wheeler, and when I went down, Herc gets super excited with the four-wheeler. He will run with us and basically escort us down the driveway. So he did that this morning, and Spruce came with him, and I am not even kidding. I saw Spruce run faster than I have ever seen him run. Babe, he was literally racing Hercules back up here to the pen.
Who won? Spruce has quick feet, but Herc can stretch out and cover a lot of ground in one big pull.
They kind of went to where I couldn't see him anymore, and then I went on down the driveway, but I think Spruce got him. He is fast.
By a horn?
By a horn, maybe.
Like it was a leaning finish where he had to stick his little horns over the finish line?
Push his way through the gate.
I could see Spruce Loose doing that.
He's fast.
I haven't seen our snake friend in a while.
I haven't either, and trust me, I look very closely every time.
Yeah, well, it could be because we had those real cold nights come in, and maybe hibernation time.
Oh, that would be good.
I wouldn't complain about that because we're going to need to do something with this in the very near future.
Yes.
And we're very excited about it.
This whole area right here where our hay is about to get a remodel. And I'm super excited about it.
You know what we're going to find when I lift up those pallets and hay and straw and all that?
Everything?
Yeah. Saw a guy on TikTok that his entire video was just, let's find some animals. And he goes around, I don't know how many acres he has, but he's got sheet metal and things just laying all over the ground, flat on the ground. And man, he'll pop those things up and there'll be 2, 3, 4 snakes. He runs in there and grabs them. He knows how to identify them before he goes. A lot of them were the rat snakes, which are exactly what we've got here. And sure enough,
That sounds like a terrible idea, babe.
you know, I'm not going to do it. But it was a really good learning resource because each of the snakes that he found, he would give them their name, you know, or let you know what their species was, hold them up to the camera if they were non-venomous.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of weird things. But it's, you know, it's always like if we had to pick up our sheet metal storage stuff over there,
Yeah.
oh my goodness. I think
Tons of little critters.
that's why the dogs go up and sniff all that stuff. And yeah, so the exciting thing is though, guys, I think we mentioned it before, Patio Well sent us a 10 by 10 metal shed. And so what we've got to do, we've been fighting the tarp for too long. This thing has been great for 2 newbies who did not know what they were doing. But we're going to try to put it right here. And then I'm going to think about maybe cutting into this panel right here because I've got another wire mesh gate. And that's not on the radar for being done immediately. But ultimately, we just want to make this a little bit simpler so we don't have to walk all the way back around the shelter with the hay.
More easy access.
Yeah, because if we're down here feeding by ourselves, then there's not Shannon or Kyle on the other side of the fence to hand the hay to. So we're looking very forward to that. It just arrived. It's in boxes, and I know there's some assembly because it's in 4 different big boxes. So we'll share that with you, and you'll get to see it. We're excited.
Don't forget to ask Kyle how much he loves reading instructions and putting things together.
I mean, I wouldn't say I have an affinity for reading instructions. I'm saying I have a complex where I can't bypass them. I just can't do it. I don't know, I might have a little bit of enjoyment. So I'm reading it, man, it's something I'm learning, you know?
So I have a feeling it's going to be a lot of steps to put it together, and that's okay. But I am really looking forward to getting that set up. Speaking of, by the way, I did want to measure this area to see like how big a 10 by 10 would be, how much space it's going to take up. So I brought
something. Should be about 100 square feet.
See what I deal with, guys? He's so funny.
I would measure, but my wife always moves my tape measure, so we're just going to have to do it by arm lengths.
Speaking of tape measures, I have to say, my husband tends to take all the tape measures and hide them. So I had to resort to one of our old tape measures to measure this little area over here.
Babe, that's my tape measure. If it's a tape measure, it's mine.
Not all of them. But you shouldn't hide them from me.
You know, there once was a time that you told me you weren't great at reading tape measures, and so I always did it for you, and so they were all my tape measures.
I'm still not great at reading tape measures, but I can read whole numbers.
How long is this? 7 inches, 12 inches, 16 inches. Like, you mean they're all perfectly the same length? Well, no, there's some lines in between there. I'm just giving her a hard time. Kind of. So, should you be the one over there doing that right now?
It'll be fine. So this little building's going to be quite a bit bigger than our hay space we have now.
But yeah, we were basically limited to only 8 bales of whatever we need or have. So a 10 by 10 is going to give us a whole lot more space, and my hope would be to put the white buckets that we have the feed and dog food and stuff in over there in the storage shed. I don't know why we're sharing all this. You're going to see it when the storage shed is up. It's just Shannon and I are excited that it's here.
Really excited.
And it's going to fit a need that we have found we have. Here's some of that attitude. He knew I was back in the pen. You notice he was laying underneath that little ramp right there, directly in line with the entrance back into the pen. And if you peek down here at the end of that log, there's Miss Blue right there. And we play the, oh no, that's Larry. Blue's on the right. Blue's on the right.
They're tricky.
Yeah, Mr. Hercules keeps an eye. There's 2 places he will hang out when they're all down in Goatville and he is not. He will either be right here under this ramp and he's determining who can come back to the pen and when, or he'll be up here. And a lot of times he'll lay down and he's just facing out there, keeping an eye on them.
Guard dog.
Yep, guard dogging, and he will not attack. So this tells me right now, those goats probably aren't gonna come up anytime soon.
Larry and little Mario are playing. Golly, the Mario boys, they're getting big.
They are.
You know, I was thinking about it. Let me look at their birth dates. I think they're only a month apart.
I believe that's about right. And little Mario don't back down, man. He'll stand up and flash his horns at Hercules.
You know what? They're 2 months apart.
2 months apart, but we know little Mario's daddy was Big Mario. It's just part of the games they're playing, you know. They're goats, they're animals, they have a pecking order, and Sheriff Herc wants everybody to know he's Sheriff Herc. Now these guys get along with Herc pretty well. There was a little bit of chase game when they were younger, but they learned quickly. I think Mama clued them in that if they just hold still, he's probably just gonna get a little slobber on you, but you're gonna be safe and he'll leave you alone. He just has to come check on each and every one of them at some point, and all they gotta do is let it happen. And Blue won't.
I hope they stay as soft as they are.
They won't.
I know. I love it when they're soft like this.
I just don't want you to get your hopes up, but...
Speaking of soft, Mr. Herc is soft.
Yeah, he definitely is. Are you massaging my calf? Thanks, man. You're so sweet. Hey, I didn't think about shoestrings with you. You're a hoodie drawstring eater, that's for sure. I don't need you doing my shoelaces too.
Are you guys kidding me? Seriously?
What happened there?
Oh my gosh.
I think little Coop's got some poop on his...
I love all of you, but you guys are getting poop on my pants. That's not cool. That's not cool.
So with Thanksgiving right around the corner, we all know it's going to hit us no time flat. Time flies. But I wanted to share a little pre-Thanksgiving thankfulness. You know, as you guys know, you know most of our family, and I'm very, very thankful. We've been very blessed our entire lives. We've had a great family, support family. Well, it extends beyond just our immediate family. My dad's older brother, he lives on about 3 acres out, you know, a highway trip away from here. And he had a need for some tree work. And he's got a branch that came down on a fence, and he's got some big trees that are dead, standing, that are kind of in, you know, places that might hurt somebody. And they've been waiting and waiting for people to come and do the work for them, but they've never shown. So my cousin hit me up and said, hey man, if you'd be interested, my dad could use some help. Sure, he's like a second dad to me. So I went out there and met with him, looked all over that stuff, you know, and I'm just very, very grateful. Him, the role that he played, and my dad's other brother and sister, and all the family growing up was just, it's so meaningful. And the older I get, the more we're grateful for it. So it's very, very joyful for us, like when Dad needs help with Batman, for me to be able now to go and help him immediately in emergency, you know. And I've got the tools, the trailer, the critter getter, and I can just throw it together, and it means a ton to them too. And so I don't know, why am I telling you this? Because when we were in the corporate world, 8 to 5, which it wasn't just 8 to 5, but I couldn't do that, and really wouldn't, you know. If he asked me, I'm like, man, I can't, I got this meeting, I got this and that going on, whatever. So we're just very blessed, and we want to never forget these things, and now to be able to return those blessings that they poured over us through all of my childhood and up till now, to give back a little bit. And so today I'm going to take my chainsaw and my 4-wheeler and my little claws and everything. I'm going to do some work for him. And very blessed. I know it sounds crazy. I get to do some work, but it's joy, guys. True joyfulness. So what you got going on here?
Oh, you know, Luigi's just getting some love. Which, you know, I actually started thinking the other day, we call him Luigi because when we had him at your dad's and when we first brought him here, he was the smallest goat out of all of them.
He was runty.
He was runty. And so it was always Luigi because he's the wee little guy. Well, now
Luigi.
He's the biggest goat we have.
You were the victim, weren't you, buddy? Everybody feels sorry for me.
Look how the tables have turned. You're the biggest guy we have now.
Well, and that was a huge learning experience for us. So the biggest difference between 2 male goats, like even if they're brothers, you castrate one of them and the development just slows down. It's not near as rapid as one that's intact. So Mario and Luigi are brothers, same twin litter, or do they have litters? Whatever goat things are. Litters? Sure. It's a getter. A goat litter is a getter. You got goatlets, a group of them that's a getter. I just make stuff up.
I love it.
But yeah, so Mario, man, he grew, you guys remember his horns were big and curling way before Luigi's. He's just now getting a good quality goatee on him here. Gosh, you need some sunglasses, bro. Like you're like Mr. Cool.
He's just not even moving. He is happy if he's getting attention.
He's so gentle with us. Like he will knock the snot out of one of the other goats that gets in his way, only for food. But he's just, man, he's a big old gentle giant. Look at him.
I love this guy.
He's just kind of closing his eyes and soaking it in. Little ear scratch. Little horn scratch. She gets whichever hay feeder she wants.
Oh, and she pushes everybody out until she gets the one she wants.
The only one that can really kind of force them off it is that big guy. And of course, this big guy.
But he doesn't push Mama out.
No.
Him and Mama, they get along, and he does not push her out.
Same as Blue, really. He'll spar with them all, but they're just playing. Oh! I can't mention where he just landed those hooves.
Oh, everybody has to be touched nonstop. They want all the attention.
And these goatlets, man, they're just so curious when they're that age. They just want everything. Everything. Little Mario's like, what is it, pickpocketing?
Is he pickpocketing you?
I think he's pickpocketing my Leatherman.
That's funny.
Are you licking my, what are you doing?
In the meantime, Herc is like, don't stop touching me.
You know what? This is what it's all about. As far as having these guys as pets, you know, and
it's a pretty great life.
Still kind of learning the farm side of it, but also getting the benefits of their personalities and everything, this is where it's at. When they're all getting along, when they all got full bellies and hay and fresh water and inappropriate positions. I know, big guy. All right, well, we gotta go free some birds.
So we got everybody taken care of. We're gonna go up and let the birds out. Kyle loves it whenever I say, hey, I'm gonna have a conversation with you on our way up to the birds. Because it's uphill.
I like to talk and pant at the same time.
It's a little bit of a workout. We get our steps in for sure.
Oh,
most of the time uphill.
Every day.
But I just wanted to say, this morning I went out and I got the sunrise, and I was just sitting out there on the four-wheeler and looking around, just taking it all in, God's beauty, what we are blessed with. Like, it just really hit hard with me, you know, like we've had a hard week this week, and being able to take the time to just stop and look. Well,
you meant like stop.
I also ran out of breath.
It's because you were talking the whole time.
It's because I was talking.
I've learned not to do that.
It's fine. But, you know, we're really blessed, guys, and we appreciate so much you guys coming along on this journey with us, because we couldn't do this without you. And I just, you know, when you sit in solitude, when you sit by yourself and you just take it all in, you really start thinking about all the things that you're grateful for and all the things you're blessed with. And what we're doing, what we're able to share with you, is a huge blessing to us. And I just want to say thank you.
There's a lot more to that. We had a long, hard week, and you guys are going to learn a lot more of that, especially if you watch the whole family.
All of the family?
Yeah. The crazy thing is, but the awesome thing about it is that, you know, as we go through difficult weeks or times together, we get to do it together.
Yes.
So we have that support, and if they're in need, or if we're in need, and vice versa, however it needs to be played out.
Yeah. It's really amazing that we're able to be there for our family now.
And and they're there for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So there's more to come on that, but not for today. Today's a nice peaceful day, beautiful weather. I'm gonna get some less peaceful birds out, and we're gonna let them do their jobs, because it's gonna warm up and the bugs will be back.
Yes.
I see a lot more. Yeah, they're all over the place.
Yeah.
Birds. It's the bird herd. It's the bird army.
How's everybody doing this morning?
The tick team. That I don't know if you're effectively a tick team whatsoever, but we're still trying.
Christina. You gonna come on out?
What's up, Puff Daddies? Why are we puffed up today, huh? You all red and puffy. Can you guys back up for me, please? Hey, now last night we were getting ready to put them up, and there was an all-out fight.
Oh yeah, fight.
Again, remember which one we lost? We lost one of the light gray ones.
Yeah.
This was between the two light gray ones. And I mean, they weren't giving it up, and you can swing a stick at them, you could physically, you know, separate them. They're gonna finish whatever they started.
Yeah.
And he worked her, or vice versa, around the building, and I could have swore she had a broken leg. So I can't tell. There's one roosting up there. That may be her.
It's so cool how her colors change depending on how the sun is hitting her. You know what's crazy is it kind of makes me think about, so my dad paints cars. He has my entire life. And there's this type of paint called chrome illusion, and it changes colors as you move around the vehicle. And that's what Christina's feathers remind me of, is that chrome illusion paint, because it's just like, if it hits a different angle, you're gonna get a different color. I think it's pretty cool.
I read a forum whenever we were thinking about getting guineas, and one paragraph stuck out in my mind very vividly, and it was like, hey, first thing you got to know, guineas alert at everything. They'll alert at predators, they'll alert at people and animals and this and that, and be like, that's not the beginning, guys. They'll alert at vehicles, they'll alert at the wind, at a pebble, at an acorn falling from a tree. If one of the birds looks wrong with the other bird, they can all go off, and you don't know why. And it's really hard to stop. It's easier just get away. So
yeah.
get guineas, guys. It's
basically, if anything
genius.
that they see changes whatsoever, they are alerting.
Here they come.
Hey, look. May actually
no,
get
they're
a
just
flight.
talking. You know what? They may be finishing whatever started last night.
That's true. You know, that's the funny thing about guineas. When they start fighting or going at it, all the others like circle around and it's like fight, 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 fight.
Well, and they do have a specific call. All of them are just making like this little burr, 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 and they're all, it's just really calm.
Yeah.
But the moment sunlight is gone, it's over.
Yeah.
They turn into just these little slow moving as a unit because they're basically blind at that point.
Yeah.
So we've kind of learned to wait until like 3 minutes before complete darkness or, nighttime.
Really dusk.
And it's a lot easier. You can just open up that door to the run and they all just kind of make their way. But sometimes you can fight it, if you don't want to wait till that specific time, you can get them in there. It's just, golly,
it's a lot of trips walking in circles and Kyle gets dizzy.
I do. I can't look at the ground and do that. Oh, get in there, get in there, get in. Quite frankly, I don't want to. All right, well, I'm going to get my chainsaws and my axe. I got a new axe. I'm so excited about it.
Yeah.
My wedges, my safety gear, of course. And I'm going to head over to my uncle's and get his tree work taken care of.
Thank you so much for coming along this journey with us.
We love and appreciate each and every one of you.
And please keep our family in your prayers. We've got a lot going on. As always.
We'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, I can't do this. I can't make it roll. So we love you guys.
Whoa!
Here's your flight.
Bye, 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 bye. Oh, there we go.
Where's Christina?
I love her little 3.
That's like when she's calling out, I'm still coming.
Yeah, and if you're close to her and you want to pet her, she says, boop, 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 boop. I feel like we're weirdos.
I think we are weirdos.